Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the All-Terrain Cup Series IRP Clash, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. I am James Harley, your commentator for today, and before we get going here today, we're going to pull in the host of the league, Brandon Redford, just to kind of talk about what this league and what you guys can expect to see from this league in the future. So, hey Brandon, this is James up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
So Brandon, just real quickly here before all the events unfold here, if you'd like to just kind of talk about what you're gonna do with this league throughout this season one.
So my plan is to get this thing pretty popular mid-season, ready for the playoffs and all that. I'm looking to keep the whole we go everywhere kind of style, where we go to ovals, road courses, and dirt tracks. I'm hoping that goes pretty good with this series, and if it is a success, then we'll continue doing that, go to different places, and maybe with the road courses for a couple seasons we might go international. We are going international this season with Suzuka later on in the season, but yeah, I'm just hoping to change things up with this league and make it stand out from other places. So that's the whole idea and motive of this series.
Yeah, obviously, going internationals in a league, about NASCAR is definitely not some easy thing. So how'd you guys decide on to go to Suzuka?
Well, I'm excited for it because it's something new, and I know that NASCAR back in the day, they went there for maybe a race or two. So we're going to that exact circuit. So with these cars, and hoping that we have some good runs there and have a good race there as well. And if that goes good, then we'll decide and continue to. So we're going to do new things and try out different things and see if they work. So we're going to try to be different here.
Obviously with NASCAR having been to Suzuka in the past, it's obviously not a new circuit for NASCAR, but definitely one that's hasn't been raced on in quite a few years. So thank you, Brandon, and good luck.
Yep, thank you, man. You too.
That was Brandon Redford, host and owner of the All-Terrain Gen 6 Cup Series, and we will be back momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
Want a race? Ready? Want a race?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome back to the IRP Speedway here in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Want a race?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome back to the IRP Speedway here in Indianapolis.
Ready?
And we are experiencing some technical issues here. Just please bear in mind here we are experiencing some technical issues with the graphics. So I do apologize for the lack of talking here. I am just trying to get the graphics up and running. so I do apologize for the lack of talking here. I am just trying to get the graphics up and running. So I do apologize for the lack of... Ladies and gentlemen, just stand by. We are trying to get some help here.
Hey Brennan, what are the stages? Stage 1, lap 45, stage 2, lap 85.
some point in this race. What's gonna be the policy on me getting my lap set?
All back but one in the last lap. You gotta fight for it or wait for a caution.
Bro's my son. Just know I did it first, but
Start is on green flag. Same thing with green white checkers, but the restarts are on leader, yes, but within the Geico restart zone. I don't know. Oh, hold on.
light up, sketchers.
We're gonna keep the time.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I apologize for that brief intermission. And we are now going to be ready to rolling here as we have the timer up currently. It is Wilson on pole, followed by Stewart, Bryant, Malone, and Redford is your top five here in qualifying for the Clash, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. Your current pole time is a 22.15, set by Wilson. That's Bradley Wilson, the number 51 Toyota. Gap only 0.04 to Stewart. So not a very big gap at all here at the IRP Speedway in Indianapolis, Indiana for the Firestorm Racing Clash at IRP and for the All-Terrain Cup Series. White flag is out now here in qualifying. There's still 2 more minutes left of qualifying. As now we head to the race. Itself. We will now head down to your pole sitter in the number 51 car. Let's go ahead and get that thing rolling. We're going to go ahead and we're going to... He's not in a thing, so we cannot go ahead and talk to him. But the race will be underway shortly as the drivers take to the grid. Let's go ahead and get
6 people watching us today.
up, if I can find it. Let's go ahead and get up your grid here. So your starting lineup for the All-Terrain Cup Series Clash at IRP, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. On pole, Bradley Wilson. Starting alongside him will be Joaquin Stewart in the 79. In third, Scott Bryant in the 52. Followed by, alongside him, Jacob Malone in the 38. Brandon Redford starts in 47th in the 47 in P5. And that rounds out your field here today for Clash at IRP, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. And the driver is just getting up to the grid here. They will be rolling off very shortly.
Hey, can you turn on trading paints?
Yeah, I am doing that right now.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry. You will, And there we go. The field starts to roll off. For some reason, our graphics are no longer showing. For some odd reason, since they can't be found. I don't exactly know what is happening. So stick with us here momentarily. We should have your graphics back up on the screen here. So just stick with us here, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, our graphics have decided to cut out in the middle of the race here, so we're just gonna have to. Yeah, I apologize that there will not be any graphics for this race. For some reason, they have decided to cancel out. They've decided to just not work properly. So I do apologize for that. Pace car is off. We're almost ready to go racing here at the IRP Clash, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. Bradley Wilson and Joaquin Stewart make up the front row as they come out of turn number 4, ready to start the season off in the All-Terrain Cup Series. The green flag is out. We're racing in the Clash here at IRP. Joaquin Stewart going to try and jump up to the lead on the outside, but Bradley Wilson holding down the bottom. But Joaquin Stewart clears the 51, gets to the lead as they enter turn number 3. The 51 fighting back on the bottom side, trying to make the move. Can't quite get there, and Joaquin Stewart is going to lead lap number 1 at the IRP Clash. I believe there's a car in the wall. That's the 51. Joaquin Stewart continues to lead here at the IRP Clash as he is continuing to just stay in front. Bradley Wilson getting in the wall, not quite keep up with him, tried to fight back on the outside lane on lap 1. Joaquin Stewart, and he made it work with the 79 in the wall in turns number 1 and 2, sorry. Down the back straightaway now as they enter turn number 3. Going that bottom, Bradley Wilson trying to get to the lead, trying to run down the 79 of Joaquin Stewart. Currently cannot do so, but just wait until later in the race. Currently car in third is Jacob Malone in the 38 car. The battle for the lead is between the 51 and the 79. The two Toyotas. Toyotas are dominating the field today with 3. Followed by 2 Fords and a Chevy. Sorry, 3 Toyotas and 2 Fords make up the field today. So dominated by Toyotas in the field today. Now here comes Bradley Wilson. Can he get to the inside of Joaquin Stewart as we have turn 2 here. Going through the thing of turn number 2. Past the camera. 54 making a move, dives to the inside, can't quite get there. They'll have to try again, entering turn 1. The exit turn number 4, side, almost side by side, maybe a little bit of contact there. 51 diving down to the inside. Bradley Wilson back to the point as 79 goes into the wall. 79 also making an attempt to go back into the wall. But that 79 car now pulling away big time after the 51 got the wall. I believe there's a yellow flag out. Yes, the yellow flag is out. Let's go ahead and try and take a look at what happened. So we're going to go to our iRacing playback sponsored by Empire Paints.
Also, who has lane choice? Is it Choosestone or is it leader has lane choice to
See if we can find the cause of the caution.
With 1 to go, like when we're going from 2 to go to 1 to go at that.
Yes, and here it is. Here's the cause of the caution. Looks like it was the 38. 38 spins off turn 4 and then just collects a bunch of other drivers. That's the 52. This is 47 of Brandon Redford. They both get involved in the wreck, and that is gonna bring our caution number 1 here at the Clash of the IRP, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. So Joaquin Stewart, current leader. And we're actually gonna bring down Joaquin Stewart. Just get his view. Actually, we can't find him. Let's actually bring in Brandon Redford.
Going.
Hey, Brandon, it's James up in the commentary booth. Got a copy?
I got you.
So it looks like the 38 got loose off the corner, spun, and it looks like you got a little piece of it. What was that like from your perspective there?
It was just unexpected, yeah. So yeah, it was unexpected. Just had to check up there. I don't think we hit anything. If we did, it was a little bit of nose damage, but I think we'll be all right. We did some testing last week on Saturday, I think, and we were able to race modifieds here with no problem. So like, yeah, I think the car's gonna be fine.
All right, thank you and good luck for the rest of this.
Thank you too.
That's Brandon Redford and his perspective for the wreck that happened here at the IRP Lucas Oil Raceway. Now, how is that going to implement for the rest of the race here? Is that going to have any implications on the rest of the race? Is that going to have any cars that are damaged that maybe won't have as big of an advantage throughout the rest of the race here? But we are not quite 1 to go yet. We may be going 1 to go this time by. Once again, I do apologize for not being able to fully get all the graphics up. Now I believe we are 1 to green. So we'll be going back to the green flag this time by. Joaquin Stewart will be the control car, alongside him Bradley Wilson. So getting ready to go back to the green flag here at the IRP Speedway. Second green flag of the day. Joaquin Stewart will lead them. Head, the green flag back in the air. Joaquin Stewart gets a big jump there. Bradley Wilson can't quite keep up as they enter turn number 1 and 2. Bradley Wilson slides up big time, big checkup from the 38 as he tried to make an attempt to go around the outside, but couldn't quite get there. So 54 held him up. The 54 diving down to the inside of the 79 can't make it work. He'll have to try again, but they're side by side now as they exit turn number 4. as they come out of turn number 4 and now heading down towards turn number 2. Bradley Wilson will take over the lead as Joaquin Stewart gets in the wall. The 51 to the lead of the IRP Clash, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. Down to the inside he goes. The 51 not going to be able to make it work. The 79 fights back on the outside, but can't quite make up the spot, but he's going to pull on the outside out of turn 4. He's going to get the spot. Joaquin Stewart still continuing to lead here at IRP Speedway in the Clash as he continues to lead. He's been the sole leader this entire race. Except he took the lead on lap 1 and just held it from there. 79 dominant performance so far here at the Clash. 51 not quite done yet. '79 brushes the wall. 51 to the inside. Down the back straightaway they go. Entering turns 3 and 4. 79 pulling on the outside. This is a great battle for the lead. They're going to make contact. Contact in the back of the field, but still not a caution. 79 will still lead this lap as well. More contact in the back. The 47 and the 52 potentially getting together there. Here, coming to lap 17. There's crashing in the background. We can hear contact in the back. Actually, a huge crash. Caution is out. Caution is out here at the Clash. Caution is out at the Clash. We're gonna go back to your race replay, to your replay sponsored by Empire Paints, and try and see what happened the second time around to bring out the caution. What happened this time around? Looks like the 47, the 50, and the 52 made a little bit of contact. But that might not be. We are still looking for exactly why the caution came out. Haven't been able to find the complete replay. Here it is. 47 spun on the front straightaway. That's why the caution is out. Brandon Redford spins on the front straightaway, entering turn 1 to bring out the second caution of the day, and it's only lap 19. So Bradley Wilson, current leader here at the IRP Speedway Clash, and the Clash sponsored by Firestorm Racing. The lights are not out on the pace car, so we will not be going back to the green this time by. Here's exiting turn number 4. Bradley Wilson, your current race leader, took over the lead after that caution, after an intense battle with the number 79 of Joaquin Stewart. Bradley Wilson, your current race leader.
Hey, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Can you go into your settings and the graphics and go to hide car numbers and then click it and unclick it? It'll reset the paint scheme. Everything will show up. Oh, do I have trading paints like for you? Oh, okay. Are you not able to log into yours? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. You gotta connect it. All right. Yeah. All right, that's fine. My bad. That's fine. All right, man. I'll see you.
We are back. We had just a little bit of an issue there as Brandon Redford hopped in here just to talk about some stuff that needed to be adjusted. But back to green flag racing here very soon. We're not quite 1 to green yet. there's the Wonder Green call. So Bradley Wilson will be your race leader. Joaquin Stewart will line up second. Scott Bryant in the 52 will line up third, along Jacob Malone and Brandon Redford, who is now a lap down. Pace car peels off. They come out of turn number 4 to take the green flag again here at IRP. Bradley Wilson gets a big jump there. Here comes Scott Bryant now, potentially trying to get to the inside of the 79 car, but he can't get there. But the 51 car will lead at IRP for the first time today since it took pole. Joaquin Stewart now in second for seemingly the first time today, as he has seemed to lead all laps today so far. 52 now in the equation. He is right behind that 79 car of Joaquin Stewart. He could challenge for the win, but he gets into the wall. Entering turn 1 and 2, the 52 is in the wall. Scott Bryant, he drags the wall through 1 and 2, almost comes down and hit Brandon Redford, and nearly hits the 38 of Jacob Malone. Back to the race for the battle for the lead, though. Bradley Wilson up front, with Joaquin Stewart challenging behind. Stewart trying to make a dive to the inside, can't quite get there. Joaquin Stewart still challenging for the lead. 51 car has led now more laps this race now than he has at this point than he has all race since we are on lap 26, wrecking in the back potentially. There is noises of a wreck. They're not saying caution yet.
Caution.
There's the caution.
What do you got now?
Caution comes out on lap 27. To find the cause of the caution, I believe it will be Jacob Malone. We're gonna go back to our wreck replay sponsored by Empire Paints. Yeah, the 38 enters turn 1, slides, gets to the wall, and spins it again on the exit of 2. So we're going to pull in, we're going to pull Jacob in. Hey Jacob, it's James up in the broadcast booth. Got a copy?
I got a copy.
So we saw you drag the wall there in turn 1, just kind of, I mean, what happened? Did you, did the car get loose, or did it just, overcorrect into the wall?
I got loose and overcorrected by itself, so I don't really know.
Yeah, it seemed like you had it back going, and then this car just spun again back on the exit of turn number 2.
Yeah, I don't know if I got into something, but at the start it felt weird. Like, it didn't pick up grip whatsoever.
Alright, well thank you Jacob, good luck.
Thank you.
So back under yellow for the 3rd time today. It's only lap 29. It's only lap 29, and we have and for the Clash today, we have 150 laps, and it's only lap 26, or 30 now, sorry. And we've already had 3 cautions. So if that's a tale for anything if that's a tale for how things are going this race, it's gonna be a long night here at IRP. About 15 laps away from the stage break. Bradley Wilson, currently your race leader. That did not change. Seems like nothing much has changed here as far as top 3 order goes. don't know if we're going 1 to green this time. We are going 1 to green this time. So the drivers will line up the same as before. Bradley Wilson will line up first alongside Joaquin Stewart, Jacob Malone, and Scott Bryant, row 2, and then Brandon Redford a lap down in row number 3 by himself. So there goes the pace car peeling off. 51, the control car, as the exit turn number 3, entering turn 4, about to exit turn 4, to take the green flag for what feels like a long time today, but the green flag back out. We are back underway here at IRP. Joaquin Stewart pulling back to the lead, now the 51 alongside him. Can't quite keep that lead. The 51 looks to the inside, doesn't get his nose there. The 38 now riding the high side, gets to the wall. I just talked to him a moment ago, but the 79 now getting loose. 79 turned in front of the field. Big wreck on the front straightaway. They're all wrecking. The caution is immediately back out. The caution comes out here on lap 33. A big pileup on the front straightaway. That's gonna end potentially. It's gonna make some drivers use their fast repair a lot earlier than I'm sure they were hoping they wanted to use it. So it looks like what happened is if we go to our drone cam here, they all just lost control. It seems from how I'm looking at this. 79 off the corner, came down, the 51 was there, spun, and then the 52 from the 38. It was kind of two separate wrecks. Brandon Redford made it through cleanly. But Bradley Wilson stays your leader, even through all that. So Brandon Redford will stay out. He's no longer a lap down. Brandon Redford stays out. Wilson, Stewart, Bryant, and Malone all pit. Redford, the only car that stays out on track. Currently on lap 35 for the leader, Scott Bryant, who will inherit the lead over Joaquin Stewart, then over Brandon Redford. Then it's going to see who gets out. Who gets out of the pit lane first, Wilson or Malone? Who gets out of the pits first? It's Jacob Malone and Bradley Wilson. So your new running order will be Scott Bryant, Joaquin Stewart, Brandon Redford, Jacob Malone, and Bradley Wilson. Will be your new running order here at the IRP Speedway. We do actually have an announcement that will be made after the stage 1, during the stage 1 break, about tonight's sponsor. Lap 37 stage ends, lap 45. So I assume we're going to see some chaos here, getting down towards the end of the stage. There's a car going slow. That's Brandon Redford. Drops. Seems like he was just adjusting something potentially. He falls all the way back to 5th. He was starting P3. Gives Malone the 3rd spot. Scott Bryant currently is your race leader. There's contact noise in the back. We are 1 to green. The lights are out on the pace car. front row, Scott Bryant, Joaquin Stewart, followed by Jacob Malone and Bradley Wilson in row 2. And it seems like the choose gun has been implemented, so Joaquin Stewart will be the only car on the bottom. And the top lane will be Scott Bryant, Malone, Wilson, and Brandon Redford. And Joaquin Stewart will be the sole driver on the bottom lane. Pace car is pulled off. Seven laps to go, roughly, until the stage end. These drivers ready to roll here as they exit turn number 4 to approaching the Geico restart zone. Scott Bryant, the control car, fires off, but Joaquin Stewart not going to be able to get the best jump, but he does get a better jump going into turn number 1. Joaquin Stewart will retake over the lead here at IRP, but here comes Scott Bryant fighting back on the outside, but Joaquin Stewart's not going to let that happen. He'll hold that inside line entering turn number 3. And now Scott Bryant on the outside fights back, takes the lead exiting turn number 4. Joaquin Stewart not gonna let that happen. Joaquin Stewart goes around. Contact, big wreck in the front straightaway again. Jacob Malone dodges that one, but Scott Bryant involved in yet another crash. So we head back to the wreck replay. Sponsored by Empire Paints. And it looks like, once again, 52 came down, hit 79 wrecked, and then there was a whole other wreck over here with Scott Bryant. What happened with the 52? It looked like after he hit the 79, he just got loose and spun the 38, drags the wall big time. But your current leader, familiar face to the front of this field so far tonight, Bradley Wilson, followed by Brendan Redford, Jacob Malone into the pits, Scott Bryant into the pits, Joaquin Stewart comes out P3. So Bradley Wilson, Brendan Redford, and Joaquin Stewart, your top 3. Stewart is the lowest down in the grid he's been today, I believe. Is P3. Just communicating with some of the drivers. So Bradley Wilson, the leader, followed by Brendan Redford, Joaquin Stewart, Jacob Malone, and Scott Bryant, who now exits the pits, who was leading this race, drops all the way to last position. But potentially, if depending on how the stage comes out here, how Choose Gun follows, he could go back to the front fairly easily here if everything kind of goes according to how he wants it. So we'll see. Scott Bryant rounds turn number 2, try and catch up to the field. Currently the lap is 44, so that will end, this caution will end the stage. So with that, we're going to go to our special announcement for today's sponsor, Firestorm Racing. Firestorm Racing was founded last year in 2022 and is looking to continue to grow with multiple partners across its company. Firestorm Racing is sponsored by Custom Paints and Diecasts and W Energy. If you'd like to get your business sponsored, contact Firestorm Racing on Facebook and Twitter, and at firestorm.racing84@gmail.com if you'd like to get your business sponsored by Firestorm Racing. Firestorm Racing is your sponsor for today's race at the IRP Clash here in the All-Terrain Cup Series, as we are now 1 to go after that ad break, and we are getting ready to go back green, and I believe what will be stage number 2. So your starting order for stage number 2 will be Bradley Wilson, Brendan Redford, Jacob Malone, Joaquin Stewart, and Scott Bryant. As we get ready to go back to racing here, Bradley Wilson, the control car for not the first time tonight. Bradley Wilson fires off. Green flag back in the air. Down the back straightaway they go. I'm just hearing recognition. Brandon Redford looking to take over the lead here. Slides up. Doesn't let the car get handled, but Joaquin Stewart restarted fourth. Already up a spot. Runs into the back of Redford, gets to the wall. Wilson and Redford continuing to fight it out. Here comes Stewart though. Stewart wants to try and get back up to the lead where he has been for a majority of the race. Redford on the outside lane, not really moving anywhere. We are hearing wrecking noises in the back. There's no word if the caution is out just yet. Redford and Joaquin almost make contact. Now there is someone on the wall. 38 is trying to make the wall ride work. This doesn't seem to be getting anywhere for him. We're gonna take a look at the first person POV for Joaquin Stewart here. As he tries to run down Brandon Redford. Has to lift off the throttle there. Scott Bryant. 52. Brandon Redford in the 47 Ford Mustang. Bradley Wilson continues to lead. The next stage caution is at lap 85, but the caution is out on lap 52. We're going to try and go back and find a cause for the caution. Stewart going slowly. I'm feeling he may have been involved. We're going back to the replay brought to you by Empire Paints. Was he involved with anyone else? Yes, here it goes. Tries to send it to the inside of Brandon Redford. Just turns up and wrecks. Similar to the other incident earlier on in the race. Joaquin Stewart, every time he's up front, just cannot catch a break. So Joaquin Stewart will go to the back of the grid again. Redford pits, Malone pits. Stewart will pit. Bradley Wilson will still be your leader, followed by him is Scott Bryant. Those two will head to the very front. And we're going to go to an ad break. We are back after that short little ad break here. Your current lineup after the caution for Joaquin Stewart spinning on the front straightaway will be Bradley Wilson, Scott Bryant, Brandon Redford, Jacob Malone, and Joaquin Stewart. Not quite 1 to green yet. We may be taking 1 to green this time by. Do they take 1 to green? No, they don't. They do not take the 1 to green marker this time by. That will more than likely be next time by. We're gonna go under caution here. Let's go on board with Scott Bryant. Wilson does some serious damage to that number 51 car. See it on the front of that car, it's so heavily damaged, that 51 car. But he doesn't pit, he'll stay out. And there's the 1 to green call. Choose cone sets up Redford and Joaquin Stewart on the top lane. And the bottom lane will be the 51 and the 52 of Bradley Wilson and Scott Bryant. Jacob Malone will be in the 3rd row by himself. So once again, Joaquin Stewart always finding a way to be up front here, even after some unfortunate circumstances. And there it goes. The pace car.
Ready, green flag.
And green flag back in the air. Now, big bump, big wreck, wrecking a car upside down.
What do you think, bud? You think
Scott
you're all right
Bryant
out
flips out of turn, I believe that's turn 3 and 4. Massive, massive wreck here in the Clash. Brandon Redford, looks like Brandon Redford just gave a big bump to the back of the 51. That sent the 51 sideways, clips the 52. The 52 goes up and over. And Joaquin Stewart with heavy, heavy damage. Joaquin Stewart, Malone, and Wilson will all pit. Wilson is a lap down now, I believe. Or he at least will be. So everyone will pit, except for the 52 of Scott Bryant and Brandon Redford. Speaking of Brandon Redford, let's go ahead and bring him in.
The back of you there.
Hey Brandon, this is James up in the commentary booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So big wreck there, entering 3 and 4. We saw a car go upside down. What was it like from down there in the car? Was there any? Did you get any damage from that wreck, or is your car fairly clean for the most part?
Yeah, I got some damage. Yeah, I got some damage. I got into the back of him and then got into the wall, I think, and then just was all along for the ride there. For the wreck, I just was trying to go to the high side of him, tried to stay behind him somewhere close. I don't know if he checked up or I was a little too quick into the corner, but just misjudgment there and just caused a pretty big incident there. So, but it wasn't intentional whatsoever, and I apologize to him. So if he wants to retaliate, that's fine.
Yeah, obviously we've seen a lot of wrecks today, majority of which have been on the front straightaway and in turns 3 and 4. But we saw earlier. I'm not sure how much you saw, but the 38 was attempting to ride the wall. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I told them that the once I caught an eye on that, I was like, yeah, no wall riding, guys. If it continues, then I'll have to penalize. But yeah, I told him off about that. So hopefully it doesn't continue, and if it does, then there will be consequences. But yeah, but with the racing and how the track is right now, it is very, very loose, very little traction in the rear. So it's mainly you just lose grip coming out of the corners, and that's what's making this this race pretty much caution fest. But hopefully the guys get used to it towards the end, and we have a pretty clean race coming up forward.
Now, obviously, we've seen a lot of the incidents today have been just out of turn 4 and out of turn number 2 with cars spinning onto the front straightaway or onto the back straightaway. So we're gonna let you go here, Brandon. But good luck.
Thank you.
So Brandon Redford looks like he essentially blew an engine. The 52 car spun on the front straightaway. What is happening here? What is happening here on the front straightaway?
Oh, that was great.
Looked like Brandon Redford's engine blew up. 52 passed him, and just spun it around, hitting the pit road wall. Not really sure what was happening there. But Joaquin Stewart, his entire hood and front bumper gone, is in the lead. I won't believe it, but he makes back to the lead, finding a way, even through all the chaos, to get back to the lead here on lap 64. After a huge wreck brought out the caution. So Joaquin Stewart remains your leader. Joaquin Stewart will be the leader. Malone and Redford. Sorry, Malone will get his lap back. Brandon Redford was a lap down, got his lap back, and now he's back a lap down. With Joaquin Stewart and Bradley Wilson fight for that top spot. It's been interesting all race, but the choose cone has happened. Redford's still in the pits, but we are ready to go back green. Malone not quite caught up, but they're going green regardless. And entering their research on the green flag is back out here on lap 65. We are back racing. Joaquin Stewart with a completely destroyed front end, still maintaining that lead here in the clash. I hear the sounds of wrecking behind. The 38 continuing to ride the wall. We'll have to see if there will be impending consequences for that. But the 79 and the 51 having a great battle here, even though the 79's front end is completely gone and destroyed. They are having a side-by-side battle. The 52 is there as well. Here's the 51, gets a little bit loose. Let's the 79 go on through. 79 slides up a little bit. Is the 38 proceeding? There's 38 still proceeding to ride the wall. As the 51 slides to the inside of Joaquin Stewart, makes an attempt down the straightaway. We are hearing contact in the back. Let's go to the cockpit camera, as now Scott Bryant will take over P2. Let's go to his cockpit camera as he chases down the 79 of Joaquin Stewart. They contact up in the front. Wide now, exiting turn 4. They're 3 wide now, exiting turn 4. Walking Stewart has fallen back. Fallen back down to P2. Bradley Wilson back down to P3. He's already dropped 2 spots. Scott Bryant 2 spots up since the restart. At 38, just continuing to ride that wall. So we'll have to, from what Red said, there will be consequences for that. But what the consequences will be are unknown yet. So if there will be a points penalty or we'll have to see the 51. Sorry, not a points penalty. There's no points being awarded for this race. But if there will be a drive-through or an EOL next restart, we'll have to see. We were informed that 38 was told he needed to stop riding the wall, and he's continuing to do so. So what they will look like is it's not clear this time. But what is clear this time is that the 52 continues to lead this race here on lap 74. We come to 11 to go in the stage. So 11 to go. Stewart slow. Essentially a caution could come out here. Two drivers look like they are back racing normally. So it looks like there will be no caution. Scott Bryant pulling away. Normally. So it looks like there will be no caution. Scott Bryant pulling away. Sorry. We apologize for that interruption. Scott Bryant continuing to pull away here. Now the gap is now 7 seconds to the 51 behind. We'll be taking 2 to go in the stage this time by. Now it is 2 to go here from IRP at the Clash in stage number 2. See rounds, turn number 4. White flag in the air.
Caution.
Or, no, the caution comes out now. Was there a wreck? Or did the caution not come out when we had anticipated? I guess the caution came out at the start of lap 85, not at the end. Scott Bryant will hit pit road. Wilson will hit pit road. Stewart will hit pit road. Redford will stay out. Malone, no view on him here. We'll head to Scott Bryant. Your leader. Who will get off pit road first, I believe. I think it'll be Scott Bryant, then Joaquin Stewart, then Bradley Wilson. Alright, reference on the track. That's the driver I'm still seeing that I have a visual on is Scott Bryant and Redford. Redford sails to the front there. And we are going to head to Indianapolis.
Joaquin's coming back. I don't know about Bradley. Joaquin disconnected He'll join whenever the race is over. Because he said it doesn't mess with his frames and all that. That's why.
Back here at we are back here at IRP. So we have some information from Redford himself that Stewart had potentially lost connection and is reconnecting. And we are unaware if Wilson will be joining back. But currently Scott Bryant, your leader. Everyone is a lap down except for Scott Bryant, who had a dominant performance at the end of stage 2 there. Just completely leading every single lap near the end of that final 10 laps. And able to just hang on to win stage number 2. Even though no points are being awarded, still a stage win to go down into the books. So Scott Bryant, Redford, and Stewart all back on track now. Bradley and Malone are not on track. It seems they have disconnected from the session. Looks like Stewart had a little bit of that damage fixed. He has a hood now, but the front bumper of his car is still completely gone. Brandon's still a lap down, so along with Stewart. So Brandon Redford and Joaquin Stewart both a lap down or more. Seems like Stewart is down by 2. He's on lap 89. Brandon down by 1. So Stewart ready to go here as we get ready to roll back green here at the Clash, coming to lap 92. So introductory restart zone. Scott Bryant fires off, takes it back to the lead. Continuing where he picked up after stage number 2 ended. It's not like he has anyone to compete with right now, though, as both other competitors on track are laps down. So look, no one is on the same lap. It's Bryant on 92, Brandon Redford on lap 91, and Joaquin on lap 90. They're all on different laps, so no one is fighting for position at this moment. Apparently, with no one fighting for position. We don't know if maybe the 38 was disqualified from the race, if that's why he is not showing up on our broadcast here, or if maybe he was just, or maybe he had internet connectivity issues and just disconnected on his own. We don't know, but what we do know is that he is no longer in the race. So, the 52 car continues to lead here at IRP in the Clash for the All-Terrain Cup Series, and has really no other competition to worry about for the time being. As the 52 continues that dominance that he showed late in the end of stage number 2. Even though there is no other cars that can pass him in position, he's holding them back and holding them off for the time being. Now, if the next caution comes out, whatever that may be, we may see Brandon Redford and Stewart get their laps back. But until then, we'll have to wait and see if they will get their laps back. Brandon Redford slides up. And around goes Redford. Backs it into the wall. And that's going to bring out the caution on lap 98. Is the caution out, though, is the question. It doesn't seem like the caution's out. We'll have to wait and see if they come around this time to the pace truck. Do they come around to meet the pace truck this time? No, there is no pace truck out on the racetrack, so we are still green after Redford backed it into the wall. Stewart having a little bit of issues with his internet there. As you can see him blinking in and out, and that seems like Brandon Redford again drags the wall out of 2, continuing to hit the wall. Oh, and Brandon Redford goes fully around again. This time right in front of the 52. That's the caution out. Caution does come out this time for Redford spinning.
So,
We'll go back
am I allowed to go?
and take a look at what happened with Brandon Redford.
Yeah, go ahead. And then I'll go and get my lap back too.
Mentioned earlier, the cars get super loose in the rear, and that's exactly what happened. The rear of the car got loose and just slid up into the wall for Brandon Redford.
Yeah, just get your lap back.
So Bryant entering 4. Joaquin Stewart entering 1 and 2. Brandon Redford now caught up. And Brandon Redford almost spins it again, trying to get his lap back. There's this neat little drift there by Brandon Redford. So we're going to go to the replay here for that drift.
Yeah, I'm sliding.
We'll go to his chase camera here.
I'm gonna pit this time.
So he just slides up toward the wall. This is him trying to get his lap back, and just has to pull off a little drifting maneuver there. So a fairly good effort. So Joaquin Stewart will get his lap back, but for some reason, it's showing Mary Redford as being a lap down. So Joaquin Stewart enters the pits, but showing them both as being back on the lead lap. So caution is out around lap 103. Still about 45 laps to go here in this race. Current leader Scott Bryant over Joaquin Stewart and Brandon Redford. Ladies and gentlemen, momentarily, please excuse me. I will just have to be talking to Brandon Redford, but we will keep the screen here on the racetrack.
Yo, what's up? Not that I know, but I can ask him.
Right here, hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Just had to get some confirmation on the 52 if he will be able to pick up for an interview. Later. So that's the lights off on the pace car. Joaquin Stewart elects the outside lane. Scott Bryant will elect the inside lane. And Brendan Redford, where does Brendan Redford go? Does he go outside or does he go inside? Brendan Redford picks the inside lane in the 47 machine. We're gonna get rid of the go back green on lap 108. His car peels off. We have a 3-car race to decide the Clash. But there's still plenty of racing left. Going green on lap 108 out of 150 here at the IRP in Indianapolis, Indiana. Green flag back in the air. Stewart on the outside gets the pole. Stewart with a huge run to the outside, able to get to that lead. And Scott Bryant behind him, just not able to keep up with that dominant number 79 Toyota. But here comes the 52, diving it back in, attempting maybe to get something running here if he can, to try and catch that 79 who before, up until about the end of stage number 1, and maybe about midway through stage number 1, was a dominant car all race. He started P2 and was able to just completely take the lead on lap 1 of this race and just run away with it. But now, maybe the dominant car is the 52 of Scott Bryant, as he dominated the end of stage 2 and completely just started dominating after stage 2, stage 2 restart before the Brandon Redford caution. So now, Scott Bryant, but Joaquin Stewart back to where he started this race. And Scott Bryant's not just going to let him go that easily as he tries to stay alongside with him, so that maybe he can force a mistake out of Stewart or even give him the bumper if he has to. Brandon Redford still in the equation now, as he's right behind him on the lead lap. All three of these drivers are. And now Stewart gets into the back of the 52. That sends sorry, not Stewart getting in the back of the Redford gets into the back of the 52. Sorry, not Stewart. Stewart's up front. Now Bryant and Redford battling it out, entering turn number 3. 47 in the 52. Side by side as they exit turn number 4. So we got a little bit sideways. So the 52 back down to P3. 79 into the wall, entering 1 and 2. coming back to 36 to go. Here at the Clash, Walking Stewart still leads, even after contact with the wall. Scott Bryant falls back to P3. Brennan Redford stays ahead of the 52 after maybe a little bit of contact. They made that shot the 52 down the racetrack a little bit. Able to give Brennan Redford the position, but the 52 fights back. He's not done yet. He's not gonna just give in to Brennan Redford. Here. He's gonna fight for that possession as long as he can physically. Stewart continues to lead. Stewart still out front here at the IRP in the Clash, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. Brennan Redford now to the inside goes to 52. Can't quite get there, slides again. Same scenario. Really, just he gets loose on that front straightaway, and then Brennan Redford gets right back by him. And the story continues as it was. Stewart out front by a little over a second, 1.7 now 1.8. Is that wrecking in the back? Maybe there was wrecking there, but we are still green. So Joaquin Stewart. The dominating performance so far since the restart puts that gap to 2.3 now. Absolutely outstanding performance. Here at IRP, when you look at the battle between Bryant and Redford. Bryant gets past Redford after the incident, so that they had together, so Redford falls back into the third position. Bryant hold on up. Bryant gets loose. Here comes Redford. Redford trying to capitalize on the 52 car getting loose. Brendan Redford now the lone Ford in the field with a field of two other Toyotas, 79 and the 52. Redford working the outside, trying to get back to that 52 and retain the position he had, but that issue that he said where these cars just get so loose with the rear. Now no longer having a rear bumper, it's going to cause some more issues for the 47 car of Brendan Redford. Slides way up the racetrack. Stewart continues to lead here from IRP. More contact in the back. Brendan Redford grabs the wall big time. Will the caution come out? And it will not. So now, Stewart rounds turn number 4 with a damaged front end. It's now 25 to go here at IRP. Joaquin Stewart continuing to lead here at the Clash. Now come back to lap 130. Ran 129 laps so far here at IRP, and Joaquin Stewart has led by far the most today. He's led a whole bunch of laps here at IRP. And it seems like now Brandon Redford, not quite a lap down, but he is. There is definitely a chance he goes a lap down here in the last couple of laps. Up to 23 laps to go. Sorry, it's not 23 to go. We're going to be coming back to 16 to go. Caution's out. Caution is out. It's Brandon Redford to be the cause of the caution. But not the first time tonight.
Come on, man. You couldn't hold
And
it.
it's the front straightaway again. Who gets Brandon Redford. Drifts it around the high side of 4 and then loses it on the front straightaway. Spins right under the soil sign. Brandon Redford loose as we are almost within 15 to go. Let's go ahead and pull him down. Hey Brandon, it's James up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So it looks yet again. Obviously, you mentioned earlier how loose these cars are here, especially in the rear of the car. It looks like it's exactly what happened again. Looks like you just got loose, but walk us through what happened.
So I was talking to Joaquin and all that, and he said that looseness is caused because of how tight it is in the middle of the corner, and like how you turn the wheel so much to the left to try to counter that tightness, and then once it gets out of that tightness, it just pulls loose and the rear end steps out. So it just keeps happening. The track temperature is like really, really low right now, so there's like no grip out here, and it got the best of me. We were drifting that entire turn 3 and 4 there, and got to the straightaway, tried to keep it straight, and it just turned on us. So it's very, very tough out here, and it's the challenge.
Yeah, I noticed the little drift you had there, and just couldn't quite finish the drift, but I believe under 15 laps to go here at IRP in the class. So I'm gonna let you go. Good luck.
I mean,
Once again, got loose. He said we were drifting through all throughout turns 3 and 4, but when we got to the end of the straightaway, it got loose on us. So, words from Brandon Redford here in the Clash. Have about 13 to go. We'll probably go back green. It's about 12 or 11 to go. Probably go back green with about 11 to go. See this racetrack. Not very big, but definitely one with a lot of action. The track itself isn't big, but the amount of cautions here, the number of cautions has been a big amount. So yeah, we're going green with about 11 to go. We're gonna go back green on lap 139. It'll be 11 to go. Pace car peels off. 11 laps to go. Joaquin Stewart in the lead. Fires off. He's going to take the lead as we head down to the turn number 1. Currently on 11 laps to go. Joaquin Stewart leads. Brandon Redford and Bryant fighting it out in the back. Look at that, Brennan Redford way up on the high side, trying to roll that corner, but Scott Bryant will get the edge and get past Brennan Redford. Now, can he work his way past Joaquin Stewart, as we are now coming back to now 9 laps to go. Joaquin Stewart gets put into the wall by Scott Bryant. Scott Bryant now to the inside of Joaquin Stewart. Can he clear Joaquin Stewart, though? No, he can't. Joaquin closes the door just barely to ensure that he won that 52. Did not complete the pass. 52 still there. Unable to get back. So we're now 8 to go here in the clash. Redford gets the wall, but the battle is between the 52 and the 79 as they are going at it here to determine a winner in the clash as we come back to 7 laps to go. 7 more laps. 52's around. 52 spins Bryant into the front straightaway wall. That will surely bring out a caution. The caution is out.
So what you got going on out there, bud?
It's going to be a late race restart. Now on 7 to go. And we're probably going to be going back green with roughly 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Let's go back to the replay there. Brought to you by Empire Paints. With Scott Bryant, he looks like he maybe just simply looks a lot like what happened earlier with Joaquin. Got to the inside and just spun to the front straightaway there. But we're gonna bring him into the booth and get his perspective on it. See what really happened. Hey Scott, this is James up in the broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
So we saw you send it into turn 4 a little bit, and then just potentially make a little bit of contact with 79. Just what exactly happened there on the exit 4?
Well, a couple laps before that, probably saw me trying to make a pass on him, and I just felt like he was coming down a whole track on me, and I tried to stick my nose in there, and I guess got air loose or something, and him pinching me down really didn't help none.
Yeah, obviously the 79 has been driving semi-aggressive all race, but then again, I guess everyone has this clash. So we're gonna let you go here, and good luck for this last couple laps here.
Thank you.
Scott Bryant claiming the 79 pinched him down, and said that he's been doing that for a while here. Brandon Redford exiting the pits barely did not go a lap down. We're on 5 to go now. We're coming back to 4 to go. They come back to 4 laps to go. The 52 and the 79, and both their cars destroyed on the front. But Brandon Redford making his way to catch the field as he enters 3 as they exit 4. He will catch up to the field. And Brandon Redford is caught up now. Still under yellow. With now 4 laps to go. Probably going green. It's 2 to go. more than likely. So it'll be a 2 to go restart. So with this 2 to go restart that we're gonna get here, we're gonna get some real interesting racing here. Brandon Redford in third, Walking Stewart on the point, Bryant in second. What will these drivers do to win the clash here at IRP? This car peels off what could be the final time tonight. Stewart and Scott Bryant on the front row, Brandon Redford behind him. Who's gonna win the clash at IRP? There's 2 laps to go here at the clash. Green flag back in the air. Walking Stewart fires off late. 2 laps to go here at the clash. Walking Stewart will take over the lead. The 52 right behind him now. Here comes Redford. But Walking Stewart gets the push from the 52. The 52 gave him a shot out front over Brandon Redford. But here comes the 52 diving it in. Now coming back to the white flag race, it will be official this time by white flag is out here for Walking Stewart in the Clash IRP, sponsored by Firestorm Racing. Walking Stewart rides up high, gets the wall. Here comes the 52. Can the 52 make anything happen? If so, he's gonna have to do it right here in turn 3. Sends it down to the corner. Can he get Walking Stewart? No, he can't. Walking Stewart, no, Walking Stewart goes around. Walking Stewart goes around and Scott Bryant will win the Clash at IRP. Brandon Redford comes second, and Walking Stewart will come third. A chaotic ending. I thought Walking Stewart had it, but then just gets dumped by the 52. Not sure if that was on purpose or if it was a racing accident. It looks like he ran into him, but it looks like he had tempers flaring with him all race. But Scott Bryant comes home to win Clash at IRP. We're gonna talk to him. Hey Scott, this is James up from broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Well, congratulations. You win the very first race ever in the All-Terrain Cup Series, and it's the Clash of all things. So, really big win here in IRP. Last lap pass in turn 4. How do you feel?
Kind of disappointed myself. Kind of didn't want to straight up just dump him. I was just gonna give him a cab to get him tied out of the corner and try to get underneath him. So it'll be a side-by-side finish, but pretty long race.
Yeah, it was obviously today's race. Obviously, very very caution filled. And you were one of the 3 drivers that was able to get to the end and actually finish the race. So that's an achievement in and of itself. But I mean, is there moving forward this season? Obviously, next week we have the first season opener at Daytona. How are you? How do you think you're gonna fare at Daytona?
Good. I really hope that I can get Bradley in there and have some teammates and try and work through the field and hopefully get a win or at least a top 5 or something.
Now, obviously, winning Daytona is very much up to chance and up to luck. Daytona, with how chaotic that race can be. So, obviously, this race was chaotic, but we know Daytona is going to be, if not twice as crazy as here at the Clash. So, congratulations on the win, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Bring in your second place finisher, Brandon Redford.
Yeah,
Hey, Brandon, it's James up in the commentary booth. Got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
So obviously, second place finish here for you. You were gonna finish third until the 79 was spun out of turn number 4, and you were able to slide past to get second. Second place in the Clash in the very first race of the All-Terrain Cup Series. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good about it. Definitely wasn't a second place car at all. Maybe 5th place car if we had more cars here tonight. But yeah, just was a good race in all. Congrats to the 52 for getting the win. I don't know how the 79. I don't know how he felt about the whole bump and run there, or whatever you want to call that. And you do know that Scott wasn't too happy about the way the 79 was racing him on the exits of corners. I mean, I was expecting him to do something to him, but wasn't expecting him to dump him. But yeah, it was a good race and all. I'm just ready for Daytona.
Yeah, obviously this race was a very long one with lots of cautions today, lots of action. Now, obviously Daytona as a whole, it's a whole different beast with it being the first race of the season. How do you think you fare at Daytona?
From past races and all that, here at Daytona with these cars, I'm pretty confident. For FORL in their first season with these Gen 6 cars, I won the Daytona 500 there. So hoping to repeat that here and get ourselves into the playoffs in the first race of the season. But yeah, I have high hopes for Daytona. Hoping that more drivers show up there, naming that it's Daytona and it is a points-paying race. So I'm excited for that and excited to get this series and season underway.
Yeah, thank you, Brennan. Congratulations on a P2 finish here at the Clash, and good luck.
All right, man.
Hey, Joaquin, this is James up in the commentary booth. Got a copy?
Oh, yes, I do. 1 second. Hello?
Hey, hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah. So obviously not the finish you were hoping for today here at the Clash. You had a very dominant car, really realistically all race. From P2 on the starting grid, and just from there led majority of the race, and just be spun out of turn 4. What's your view looking like on this?
Well, I don't know. Clash, I guess it's not for anything. Raced them hard with the second lost caution, and he spun there. So apparently I'm not supposed to race him hard. That was my fault in the last caution. Led all those laps, did everything I could, and then got dumped. So, yeah, nothing else to say.
And then obviously next week with Daytona, it's a completely different story. Daytona is always going to be chaotic. Is there how do you feel like your chances are going to Daytona? How do you like your chances?
Pretty good plate racer. Had a few wins in leagues and plate racing in the past, and in racing in general. So, I think we have a shot.
All right, Joaquin, thank you for your time, and congratulations on a P3 finish here at the Clash.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap up today's events here at the Clash at IRP, sponsored by Firestorm Racing in the All-Terrain Cup Series. We will be back next week, Friday, same time, for the Daytona season opener, first points-paying race. And from there, we will see you guys in Daytona next week, and goodbye.